Resident Evil Roleplay.
Mr. G is dead. In the almost year and a half since we last saw him, what has he been up to in this new life as Scorpion?
Well, as Scorpion, he is going to reestablish and expand his Johannesburg and Germany base of operations and unite them all under the same roof as Scorpion. As Mr. G is now technically officially dead, he will cut ties with his Italy contacts. However, through Scorpion, reestablish those previous networks that he had just as a new client. He himself is no longer doing too much field work, as he is now establishing operatives that work under him to do all the things he needs to do to hit hit distributors or manufacturers of bioweapons, and just making sure that the people who make these weapons can no longer do anything else with the rest of their lives, because it will be short if he finds out about you.
Yeah, and that's all being funded by this vast sort of criminal empire.
Yes, doing whatever he needs to do to, of course, acquire money and, and hostily taking over whatever operations he comes across.
For sure. But the crew is expanding, though. And
yes, the crew is expanding. It went from a meager 4-person crew of Mr. G, Jamie, Hollywood, and Kremlin to now expanding to be several different operatives all over the world. We saw one of those operatives we saw several of those operatives in the Madigan one-shot, where he had a group established in the Philippines.
That's true.
Watching over everything that was going down there.
I got to play one of them, too. Cowboy. All right. So, that's Scorpion's life now. But here we bring you in a different direction. Scorpion. Katara never responded to your signals to assemble for the assault on Madigan's lab. In fact, your intel indicates no one has seen nor heard from her since she last visited her Toronto hideout 2 weeks ago.
That's my hideout.
Isn't good. If she's compromised, that can bring ties back to you, the BSAA, and even the US government, for what it's worth, to you. Not to mention the wealth of bioweapons research that she's sitting on, and whatever your personal ties may be worth to you. But all your assets are currently in the field, which means it's on you to address this dilemma personally. You take a flight down to Toronto and arrange a ride to the warehouse with your local contacts. You gear up as you step out of the SUV outside the remote warehouse that serves as the front for this hideout. The date is September 9th, 2010. You approach the exterior. It's a large warehouse, seemingly run down, but with a fresh logo for a false company plastered on the side.
Mm-hmm.
How are you going about this? Just going in through the front door?
Yep, just walking up like I own the place, because technically I do. Just walking in, just thinking to himself, hopefully this is just a big misunderstanding, and I won't have to murder somebody today.
You go to the front doors, which are locked, but you know the numpad combination, being the owner of this establishment. You beep it in.
Really quick. I should establish there. He does have a new kind of look to him now. That however many years has passed. Now that he's no longer an operative, he is wearing a nice suit. He's like, fitted, tailored, really nice, looking like a gangster. However, now that he's out, he's got weapons with him, but he's looking less like a field operative, more like an analyst or a dispatcher, because that is his job now. So he's got suit. His lower jaw is, which was completely shattered last we saw him, has been replaced with a complete chrome metal reconstruction of his jaw, and he can't get a lot of movement with it, so when he speaks, he kind of speaks to his teeth.
Yeah. But right now, seeing as you're in the field, I'm assuming you're fully geared up.
Fully geared. But still
have a navy blue suit jacket in this case. which you inherited
It's just
from
now he has
the
yeah.
big bad.
He's got the suit jacket from Walker. However, he now has the rest of the suit to go with it.
Yeah, and plus your blackout gear.
Makes you just.
You put in the combo for the front door and head into the inner chamber, which is filled with a combination of scaffolding and catwalks above an area of operating tables and various lab machines. But you know the real valuable experiments lie in the basement, which is gated by a vault door off to the side, which itself is locked by a biometric scanner that requires the handprint of pretty much any of the party members, as well as a numpad combination. However, as you approach this door, you find that it is torn open, seemingly by brute force, which you know shouldn't be possible without serious artillery. It's way too heavy and armored for shaped charges or anything of the sort.
This is like a vault door type thing, not a vault door, like a bunker head type thing.
Exactly. And it is torn open as you find it now.
Well, that's not good. And just like huddle down at the shadows and just like disappear and and make his way down through corners, and now is on high alert, making sure that there's nothing that's gonna sneak up on him. He's like, you know, keeping his head on the swivel, making sure he's also checking the corners of the ceilings because, you know, you never know.
All right. Well, you proceed as carefully and as quietly as you can. However, you do first have to enter down a singular stairwell, which is the one way down into the basement. However, yeah, I would say you could go ahead and make a stealth check to kind of get the general vibe of how you're doing.
All right. He is like dead quiet, and also if he's in, I think it's just dim light, I can go invisible as well, or be treated as invisible.
Okay. With that being the case, yeah, if you're going down into the basement, the light will basically snuff out because it is completely dark down here. Yeah. It's pitch black. And the lights are out, the power's offline. Yeah. The only light down here seems to come from periodic sparks of exposed wires, which will be occasionally bright, but I would say for the time being, you can take that effectively invisible option.
Yes.
But I'll just give you stealth check with advantage then.
I already have advantage because of my tactical boots.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so with the combination of like my boots, being able to move through shadows, and my blind sense, I can walk through pretty much complete in total darkness undetected if I need to. So I'll give you that stealth check. I gotta first time in several years not going back to this character sheet. I'm trying to figure out how to use it again.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Minimum of 27.
Right.
Remember that?
Yeah,
remember that
I remember this game. We'll have you roll it anyway, just for giggles.
No, I have another one. Yeah, 36.
All right, 36 will do. You move silently as can possibly be. You would be completely imperceptible to anybody who might be looking out. But you make your way down into this basement, carefully, cautiously, quietly, sticking to the shadows, being as unseen as you can, even heading down a funnel, like a staircase.
Like in my head, I'm imagining there's like this fixed camera of like a CCTV type thing, just looking at this hallway. There's a flash of electricity. There's nothing. Another flash, and you see him just kind of creeping. The next flash is gone again.
Exactly. So, the lights are out, but you have dark vision, correct?
I have. I think I have to activate my dark vision, but I have blind sense up to 10 feet.
No, I think just as an agent, you have some dark vision.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah.
I have true sight that I can activate.
Right.
But yes, I think I have 30 feet of dark vision and blind sense up to 10 feet.
This is why epic
blind
levels are fun.
Yes.
You got so much darn stuff.
Like, yeah, I can see in the dark up to 30 feet. I can see with my eyes closed up to 10 feet, and I can see literally anything if I wanted to.
Yeah. Oh, here we go again. So, the lab is a mess. The wall beside the bottom of the staircase is cracked and shattered. Huge portions of the concrete floors and walls are charred black with burns. At the center of the chamber is a red stain radiating outward from a central point. It blends with the char, but on closer inspection, it is clearly dried blood, intermixed with lumps of organs and bone fragments.
Someone got jibbed.
Yeah. And near the blood spatter.
It's like a psh.
It's like, whoa, it's radiating outwards.
Or it's like
so it's like from a central point going in all directions.
Gotcha, okay.
Near the blood spatter are...
they exploded.
Precisely. There are two small holes in the ground nearby it, no more than 6 inches or so across. There are dead and shriveled vines protruding a few feet out of the holes.
Vines?
Vines.
Uh-huh. So there's this explosion, these vines coming out of the ground.
Essentially.
You said are they on the same plane as like the explosion, or are they like in a different location?
They're kind of on either side
the radial, and then okay.
But again,
How close am I?
How close do you want to get?
This is in the middle of the room.
Yep.
I'm currently along the edge. I'll get as close as I can get to it while remaining as hidden as I can possibly be.
Okay. So you poke out a little bit from the edge, but still stick to some of the various equipment and tables and carts full of lab paraphernalia, most of which are kind of flipped over and all the mess that's down here. Again, this place looks like it's been completely upturned, like a tornado came through. So you hide behind some of this mess and get close, maybe within
other than these
20, 15 feet.
Yeah, other than these chars, do I see bullet holes?
Make a perception check. With disadvantage, because it's dark.
Minimum of 16, yeah. Oh, that's a critical fail. However, it treats it as if I rolled a 10. 16 is the minimum I can roll.
So 16. Yeah, given these conditions and the periodic distracting sparks, it's really hard to get a good read on this room. You don't notice any bullet holes, but you don't know what else you might be missing. You just see the obvious char marks.
The big whatever artillery rolled through here. I'm trying to see if this was like a raid, or if there's like an army that rolled through here.
It's really hard to tell.
I'm pretty sure I know what that blood splat is.
Well, beyond that, there's the shattered glass of broken test tubes scattered across the floor. You see there are 6 tubes in total. All of them are shattered.
6 tubes.
Yep.
I'm trying to remember. How many tubes did Katara have at the end of our Chaos of Blood? Did we have at the end of the Manifold Tower? Was it 6 or was it more?
I think it was... Can't recall. I want to say it was fewer than that. But
there's more.
You don't know. You don't know how much mileage could have gotten out of that.
Mm-hmm. I'm wondering if Scorpion knows that the scientists can do things like dilute the samples.
Mm-hmm. Although I believe the samples they got were already diluted.
Oh, right, because they were...
Yeah.
Right, yeah. There's so many of them. Shattered samples, shattered glass vials, a central blood splat, I might have to start moving out from cover. I still don't. I don't hear anything. I don't see any movement or anything in this room right now. Like, I'm fairly certain that I'm alone in this room currently.
With your current perceptive abilities, you're pretty sure.
All right, he's gonna basically just break his stealth posture and just kind of walk into the middle of the room now.
All right. Still weapons at the ready, I assume. Keeping your rifle in kind of a low ready position.
Yeah, but just no longer hunkering over and just kind of now just walking out into the middle.
All right. What's your minimum
look at these vines a little closer.
Investigation with your crazy agent features?
My what is it called? Highly skilled. Minimum investigation is that a 3? That is 23.
23. I would say just passively going around here. First off, you do notice these papers and notes scattered about the floor and desks. Again, much of it upturned, much of it charred or torn, but some is still legible. You thumb through a few of them, flipping them around, dusting them off, finding some that contain notes and schematics on a Project Alcipe. Or Alcipe.
Project what?
Project Alcipe. Put it in chat. But you only get bits and pieces of notes that remain. But they describe...
Collect whatever I can and try to make some sense of it.
Yeah, they seem to describe some sort of mindless, controllable husk clones. This seems to be called...
Clones?
Yeah. Genetic
Controllable
replicas of Katara.
That sounds dope. And that's everything I can gather from picking up these scraps of notes.
That's right.
Any equipment on the outside periphery or anything that I can start to root through as well? If there's any anything I can look at?
On the outside of the room, you see there are wires running along the floors connecting various machinery to outlets and small generators. And having arranged much of this secret lab, you know there's a false wall hiding a security room in here. But
okay.
The contractors handle that, so you don't know where exactly.
So somewhere, I just know, install a false wall, put a security room, and then they did.
Yep. That's what you know.
All right, I'm gonna start rooting around, try to look see if I can find any seams in the wall. Just going on, just like. Boop, 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 boop.
All right, make a. We'll call it a perception check on this one.
All right, that is a passive of 16. Nope. 2 runs today, but still minimum of 16. Also, both on perception. It's dark, man. It's real dark.
It's real dark down here. That's true. Technically, that would be made with disadvantage, because it's still pitch dark. So even with dark vision, you're at disadvantage.
Yeah, that's true.
So
because
it could get even worse. Yeah, it couldn't get any worse. Just tapping along the wall, you don't seem to detect where there might be any sort of hollow. They must have done a really good job with the installation and the covering of it, which you paid top dollar, so they should.
Yeah. All right. Maybe they're better than I thought. I'm gonna check along the floor, see if there's a trap door or something that I can get through.
All right. I'll say, you can make another investigation in this case.
Investigation check. I'm checking the floors because maybe they're really, really good and they're asking for a false wall, false floor. Do I do this with disadvantage as well?
Not in this case. So the disadvantage will only be on perception.
All right, and again, minimum of 23. 23.
I was gonna say, yeah, with that 23, then I would say that's still well enough to find some errant wiring along the floor. It might have gotten, thrown out of position in all of the commotion or whatever destruction happened here, but you recognize well enough that it seems to lead to a corner along the ceiling, where it seems to end at a circuit breaker. And goes on the other end, just goes off where, after winding through the center of the room, however it got tossed about in all of this, and like kind of ends going into a wall if you trace it.
Circuit breaker is just like a
Yeah, but the circuit breaker, not one with a lever, but one that can be opened up to find a bunch of switchers on the inside.
Okay.
But that's in one corner of the room, well above head height.
Yeah. Would I be able to? How big is a circuit breaker? Is it like?
Yeah, it's like maybe 1-2 feet square.
Okay. Can I? Would I be able to use my grappling hook to kind of pry the door open of the circuit breaker?
Okay. I would say make a, we'll call this a dexterity roll.
A dexterity roll. Give me one moment.
Yeah, using your dexterity skill.
Okay, so I was checking because I got some new stuff. Since I'm technically playing a new character, I have this character is now a different subclass of agent. Smooth operator. I was checking. It doesn't give me any advantages or anything, but in combat, I can use it as like a bonus action.
Right? Yeah.
So I was checking to see if I got anything bonus on top of that, but it just means I can do 2 of them.
Means you can do it quicker. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. This is just a dexterity check. Would this count as thieves' tools?
No, this is with a different sort of item.
Yeah, just straight.
Yeah, dexterity skill. Mobility plus
dexterity.
If you have anything in dexterity skill.
Minimum of 21.
Oh, you are proficient in it?
I am proficient in all of the mobility skills.
Oh. Yeah.
28.
In that case, mega success. You take your hook shot, and it flies right, not off, but swings perfectly on its hinges. And you're now looking at an open circuit board that, again, is still quite a ways above you.
Yeah.
But up in that corner, looking at it, you can see inside a series of circuits plugged into a board of connections. Not sure
Anything
which
I can
one.
easily trip or just, or am I gonna have to like get closer?
If you could think of a way to do it from a distance, but otherwise you might have to get closer. Yeah. But you don't necessarily need to destroy the circuit breaker so much as...
I need to find whichever one trips this door.
Yeah, trigger this door.
Or the wall, because I'm opening a wall. Yeah, is there anything below it? Anything I can climb on? Desks, anything like that?
There's plenty of furniture thrown about in this room. Various desks, operating tables, carts, things of that nature.
Yeah, I'll wheel something over or just like, preferably something with wheels. I'm not very strong. And try to get it over there and just how much higher above my head is it?
Okay, you
How
find
much height do I need to get?
You find a metal cart that you're able to wheel over, like the kind that has like a chest within, in which various chemistry paraphernalia and tools are
Anything useful in
held. Nothing particularly. Lots of beakers and vials and tweezers, things like that.
Some nerd shit.
Basically. You wheel that over, though, and you're able to kind of use it as a stool. It's about 15 feet off the ground, so it's like, it's out of your reach, but like with a brief stool like this, you should be able to reach it readily enough. Get it within arm's length.
Yeah. Start flicking.
All right. I'll say Make an investigation or technology check.
Investigation it is. Minimum of 23.
Or are you, I suppose, are you just like kind of examining it, or are you like trying to use like your tools to interact with it, maybe try and repair it or otherwise?
Oh, is it
trigger the right
non-functional?
heat? It's difficult to tell, I suppose. But
Okay, because what he was going to do, what I was going to have him do, was just start flicking them, like just going down the line and flicking them on and off and seeing what they all do.
you know the lights are out down here,
Yeah.
so it might require a little bit of repair.
Okay.
Or you
okay.
could just try and go through, see if you could test some, see if any are working.
Yeah, first go through and test them, and then just see if it needs to be repaired first, and then I'll switch to my tools and see if I can repair it.
Okay. Investigation or technology. You said your minimum was
23 of investigation,
okay.
and
I'll
I
say
don't have a minimum on my.
yeah. I would say with that you could pretty well tell just going through flicking them. You can see the lights that would normally identify a circuit being triggered don't seem to be as responsive for most of these, and the few that are, might cause sparks or like a fluorescent light to go off somewhere in the room, but nothing that seems to nothing that seems to make the false wall shuffle.
Okay. I'll take a look at it with technology, see if it's something I could fix here, or if I'm gonna have to find a generator, or if the problem lies elsewhere.
Okay, yeah, hit it with a technology check.
I can fail this one. Wait, what is that? Is that a minus?
Minus plus
Oh,
one.
no, it's actually 6. I don't know why there's a minus, so it's actually 6, not 4, because that would help.
Yeah, really hard to tell. You're not quite sure about the electrical in this place.
Yeah, all right.
That's on the contractors.
He's gonna like hop down and are there any other doors in or out of this room that are not hidden?
Not that you can tell. You only know there's one way in, one way out.
Hold on, I have a psycho stim on me.
Oh.
I don't remember exactly what that does, but basically
I think that just allows you to see common drops, like
like
or at least you have advantage on finding common drops.
Right.
Yeah, like ammo and herbs and stuff like that.
You're right. He's gonna take one of those because he needs a hit.
Very well. Pop a pill.
Yep.
Swallow it dry.
That is going. Crushing it in his metal jaw. All right, let's see. I know where it is. I just can't get in. Can I investigate going from the cord from the breaker to the wall? See if there's anything I can do where the wiring goes to that. Like disappears into the wall. Is it just like disappear into like a hole in the concrete?
Yeah, examining that, there seems to just be a drilled hole in the wall right into the concrete through which the wires go, all bundled together.
I don't have any explosives, but the wall looks like it's fine. Like nobody got into the security room.
Doesn't seem like it.
I can't really repair the breaker.
You could try. Got spy gadgets.
I thought that was what I was doing with the technology check.
Well, the technology check was just sort of examining the thing.
Oh, just looking at it to see what was going on?
Yeah. Can't tell too much what was going on, but...
I'll take another look at it with my tools.
Okay. To get back up on top of that cart, make a spy gadgets roll.
And this one is a minimum of...
I'll say this would be intelligence spy gadgets, by the way.
Intelligence spy gadgets. Okay. Minimum of 21. That can't be right. Hold on.
Yeah, because it would be at least 12 with your proficiency bonus.
No, that's right. No, this was my old proficiency bonus. I didn't fix that since I leveled up, so that should be plus. There we go.
Have you been rolling low this whole time?
No, this was just for my spy gadgets.
Oh,
spy
gotcha.
gadgets is
Right, because that's not listed.
Didn't.
Yeah, on automatic stuff.
All right. Yeah, so the spy gadgets is so it's a plus 13, which means minimum of 23. 23. Looking at it and just kind of getting in there with my little oscilloscope and just it probably has my vision or infrared built into it. It's like, oh, now I can see.
Yeah, looking through that, you give an examination over the breaker, and you see how some of the switchers are in disrepair, and those that are well enough to be used don't seem to be the correct ones that you need. Mm-hmm. So I don't know which one I would need. I'm just gonna try to fix all of them, as many as I can. Essentially, yeah. And with that check, that's not enough to necessarily identify which one you need, but is enough to kind of identify the damage and figure out. It seems like there must have been some sort of surge or something that came through here. You reckon if you take the correct tools to it, you could probably get it well enough to add another surge through in order to get enough power just to get the door open.
Can I do that with my current tools, or will I need what is it? What's that? The Tinker's tools.
I would say you could do that with your current tools. Yeah, spy gadgets.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do the best I can to repair the switches that can be repaired, and then just flip all of them and see and hope that one of them is the fuse for the door.
All right. I'll say make in this case, a mobility spy gadgets check then.
Just kind of like.
Yeah, you can take kind of like a sort of small, like Dremel and little electrical solder kind of thing, and just through a couple of them, trying to create little sparks.
Yep. And so like okay, I see what you mean. Like I'm basically sending false signals through each channel. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Minimum of 20, like 27.
Oh, in that case, you're probably good. Yeah, with enough testing and trial and error, you eventually get one that goes through.
I get my little, I've got my watch that I just like take like this cord out and just like, basically I'm just like hot wiring a car before an electrical fuse box, just like, yeah.
Ah, nice. Turning the switch on the watch. I like it. So with that, you get a solid surge through there, and you hear something hum to life with a little bit of power behind you as the false wall, back nearby where the wires were going into it, just depresses and then slides out of the way. Immediately
on alert, and it's just gonna like look down the barrel aimed at the opening for like a solid minute, just not standing, like not moving at all, just standing completely still, seeing if anything's gonna come out.
Don't see anything at the opening.
Don't hear anything?
I'll say perception check then. Not with disadvantage, seeing as the audio, sound-based, has been eerily dead silent around here.
Oh! That's a natural 20 on my ears.
Ooh, natural 20 on the ears. Like I said, it's been eerily dead silent for most of your journey here. And as that door opens, obviously that sends a loud mechanical sound echoing throughout this entire chamber that just cuts through the silence, right? You're aware of how sudden and loud that was, and so you're aware that anything that's in this entire warehouse was probably aware of how sudden and loud that echoed.
Yeah.
And like I said, been eerily quiet for the most part in here, besides any noises that you would be making, shuffling stuff around or stepping on glass. But in the aftermath of those mechanical movements, With a natural 20, you do perceive what sounds like some other shuffling that might be elsewhere, echoing around before coming to a stop.
From that room, or
you can't tell where it's
somewhere
from,
here.
But
Somewhere
yeah, the sound is a little too ambient in the way it echoes throughout the walls. But you know, somewhere there's a little bit of extra sound that probably didn't come from that door.
With caution, he's going to step down off the cart and is going to make his way towards the door.
Heading into the security office.
Mm-hmm. And now knowing that he's not alone, is full on taking advantage of as many shadows and being as quiet as he possibly can be.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and make another stealth check then.
I forgot I have a button for that. I'm coming back to this character and I just realized I have a whole hotbar at the bottom for all my common checks.
Nice. So
30.
with a 30, you get through silently, stealthily, sticking to the shadows, using any objects and obstructions you might be able to obscure your movement.
It's actually 32 because I did not update the bonus on that.
No snap.
That's before I leveled up.
So 32, you slip into that security office, into the opening in the wall. Unnoticed, don't hear any other sounds at least. And you enter carefully, rounding the corner, barrel first, clearing the room. And as you round that corner, and more of it gets revealed around the side of the wall that was obstructing your view, you see small tight space with a computer tower hooked up to a 3-monitor setup. A number of wires feed into a switcher from the CCTV system. Again, the power's off, you can't seem to access any of this, but the hard drives seem intact. They didn't get fried with whatever electrical damage might have gone on.
Surge protector is blown in the corner.
Yeah. But your hardware's good.
All right. I'll disassemble that tower and take the hard drive.
All right. You lay it on its side, get some screwdrivers or something from your spy gadgets, and just open it up and unscrew the hard drive.
I've got
take the HDD.
I have a multi-tool. I have a multi-tool with different multi-tools in it.
Multi-tools within multi-tools. You're able to get that thing unscrewed and loose, put in your bag.
Yeah. All right.
You reckon that hard drive will have footage of whatever happened here?
I got that. Going to quickly turn around, face the exit, and slowly try to edge his way out. If he can keep an ear out if anything else is moving.
Okay.
No, there's nothing else in this room, right? It was just a hard drive, or just the tower and the monitor setup.
Seems like it. There is a little bit of a emergency light on one wall that is running on emergency power, not probably connected to the main generator or circuits. So that's giving like kind of a gentle red glow that lights up just this room. But that's about it.
And nothing in this room. Yeah.
Nothing else in this room. But there's a bit of light from that spilling out into the main chamber. And there's no way of going about this tight space without casting a shadow.
Yeah, okay. Going to carefully make his way out.
As you exit the security office, you see a clear but thick liquid drop right from above in front of you. Right at the opening that you're about to go through.
Like a ship?
Yep, like.
Oh, great. Just halt and wait to see if it's see what's gonna happen.
After a moment passes, you see another couple of drops descend.
There's more. All right. How big is this puddle?
Not that big. It's just that you've only seen a few gloops drop down.
I'm gonna throw something at it.
We can't. If you're still inside the office, you can't necessarily see the ceiling immediately outside of the false wall. There's like a bit of a lip. But do you step out of the doorway or?
No, I'm throwing something at the liquid.
Oh, okay.
Throw some money at it. I want to see if this is acidic.
You throw a wad of bills on the puddle on the ground, and just comes to a dull thud there, with a little bit of a wet slapping sound. But just seems to stay in place.
It doesn't sizzle. It
doesn't sizzle.
Burst into fire. All right. He is going to so it's been like slept right in front of the entrance.
Yeah. A little bit more comes down
run.
every once in a while.
Actually. Okay. All right. He is going to at this point activate his blackout suit.
Mm-hmm.
Because I might need nimble. I think I can just get nimble just for having it. I don't think I need to have it activated, but still, invisible.
And as you're fidgeting with the controls on your blackout suit, activating its predator mode, I believe it was called.
Yes, activating predator mode.
You do see, because you heard a little bit of shuffling after the wad of bills hit the ground, as if something was reacting to it. And after those few moments pass where you're waiting to observe, and while you're making your preparations, you do hear a little bit more movement as a hand slips around from the ceiling into under that lip of the doorway.
Oh, from the ceiling?
From the ceiling.
Well, that's not good.
A human-looking hand slips through. And another one as a head peeks down under, looking inside the security office. Looking up, you see a slim humanoid figure clinging to the ceiling, now coated with that bit of red emergency light that is coming out of this office. But the creature itself is covered in white wraps. The head twists around, looking down in your direction. It looks identical to Katara, but the complexion much lighter, to an almost grayish pale, and the stringy wet hair is completely white. It opens its mouth. Its canines are particularly pointed, and its jaw hangs open unnaturally long as it makes that sound. And as just basically as its head peeks around under that lip is as you disappear. Doesn't seem to have noticed you as it took a peek inside.
Listening, do I just hear the one? I see the one that's come over, but does it sound like there's more out there?
Perception check.
It's 25. I keep forgetting I have a button for
hot tanks. With that perception check, you notice this thing, while it was sneaky enough to have been moving about or hiding somewhere in this space without you noticing before, you realize that once it starts moving, it doesn't really make too much of an effort to keep quiet, and it's clawing along the ceiling with these like lanky humanoid hands. It makes enough sound as it's moving that you realize if there are more of them in this space, you probably would hear them by this point. If they're not making any more concerted effort to be quiet, you think it's the only one.
Okay, just to make sure anyway, I'm just going to pull a pin on a flash grenade that I have in my inventory and just roll it down the hall.
All right. You're going to get it within the radius?
Yes.
All right.
Hit it with a flash grenade, and try to kind of get it so that it detonates just outside the door. If anything's out there, kind of get them in the radius.
All right. It needs to make a con save.
Yes.
It's 21.
I'm pretty sure that succeeds.
Yeah, because it's 10 unless you have a tool.
Yeah.
Save, I do believe.
DC or tool save, right? So it's just 10. So it takes half
Damage and is not stunned.
and is not stunned. 5 points halved. So
Yeah, so 2 points. That takes 2 points of flash damage as this flash grenade, this blue cylindrical flash grenade, just apparates into existence as it leaves your cloaked pouch. And then you pull the pin, roll it out, and it out right outside of the doorway before detonates into a flash. You hear this thing react violently, but seems to resist its stunning effect as it is now angry and actively looking to attack wherever that might have come from. So at this point, I'll need you to roll for initiative.
All right. Ooh, good initiative.
Alrighty. I have my dice out, so I'll just roll this in front of you. You definitely
I think I would know immediately if I go first or not.
Yeah, that's true. So, you definitely have the drop on this thing.
Yep.
It's still looking around, trying to identify the source of its attacker. What is Scorpion doing?
Bonus action, disengage. Run and kind of like slide under it and kind of like get past it into the larger room. Just so I'm not cornered.
Invisibly, you slide under it, get past it, and are now out into the open chamber. The lights of the exposed wires flashing and providing periodic bursts of strobe lights, essentially, to highlight this intense encounter.
And there is only the one now that I'm out in the main room.
Oh yeah, you can see clearly with each of the flashes. There only seems to be one of these things, but it is grotesque looking. It's just like a grotesque imitation of Katara.
You said it was wrapped in cloth?
Yeah, it was like kind of wrapped in cloth. You reckon that might have been just whatever it had when it was in its test tube.
Yeah. Just gonna look at it and just like, damn, Katara, you got ugly. And use my action to attack.
All right. And with your invisibility, that doesn't break your invisibility, right? It's something you just have to reapply.
I think with Predator mode, it is. Yeah, I think it's like a bonus action to become invisible again or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's on a round by round basis, if I'm not mistaken.
It is action. Turn it on. It lasts for 10 minutes. Yeah, so it's a bonus action to turn invisible, which I would have done before the combat. So,
yeah, so if it's a bonus action, it lasts until the next round, I assume.
Yeah, I'll fire, and then it will. Does it? If I fire, it breaks, or it doesn't break?
That's what I'm asking. Does it specify that it breaks?
It doesn't say. It just says once
How
you
long
use
does it
Predator
say
mode to be
lasts?
activated again. Oh, that's until next dawn. 10 minutes, you have true sight, can't have disadvantage on attacks. Use your bonus action to turn invisible until the start of your next turn. Until the start of my next turn. Okay.
Yeah, if it doesn't give any other qualifications, then it's just until the start of your next turn.
I'm still invisible, but I can attack. And I have advantage on the attack because I am invisible.
Well, seeing as this is the first round of combat, because you started your invisibility beforehand, you would have to reapply it, but I assume you just use your bonus action to disengage.
Right, so
you're either not invisible or you didn't disengage.
Okay, I would have just used my action to disengage.
Okay, So you
and
got
run past it. I'm assuming I would have needed to disengage to run past it. The hall is small enough.
Yeah, I mean you could, but it would have, it'd be able to take a swipe at you. But yeah,
With
it would.
disadvantage, but I just didn't want to. I'm trying to get past it, and I'm trying to get behind it because it knows there's something in the room, and then I want to get on the other side of it as it's trying to investigate or look at whatever is in there.
Yeah, in that case, if you use your action, then you're out of there.
Use my action to disengage.
Out of there and invisible.
Yes. You just kind of like slide across the ground and like beneath it, pick up my wad of cash as I pass by. Yeah, and that will be my turn because I don't think I can do anything else. I'm checking if there's. I think it was with assassin I can do more stuff on my.
Yeah, so that's it for you. The creature just like shakes its head violently, and it's just kind of. You see its contorting body kind of reel and crawl outwards along the ceiling, out of that room, and you see it kind of look around. You see its eyes are kind of reddened from the sudden flash that it had before, as you see in the flashes of electrical sparks whenever you get the chance. But as one flash goes, you see its eyes are kind of reddened, and then another flash goes, you see it kind of subside, and whatever damage that flash grenade might have done seems to have already healed.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me, Katara. This is some bull.
So it doesn't see you, but it is aware that there is a threat. It's going to try and track you as best it can, and it's going to leap down from the ceiling and kind of land on all fours on a nearby desk right next to you, and just kind of reach out and kind of swipe blindly. It's going to make claw attack here. That's a natural 1, which is just like right disadvantage. So
unless it
wouldn't get any worse.
It rolled a natural 1. yeah.
But
unless it has some kind of something to sense me.
Second attack would be a 14 then.
Okay. No.
All right, so both miss as it kind of blindly claws outwards into the air. But it's back to your turn. It's right next to you on a nearby desk.
Is it within? So my invisibility drops at this point.
Unless you choose to immediately reapply it.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, because it.
I would say it's continuous if you use your bonus action to keep it up.
Because I think before in the previous encounters, I had flavored it as like he shimmers every time he reapplies it.
Oh yeah. You could probably say that's the case.
But I am not going to reapply this time because I need to use my bonus action to spot this creature.
Ooh. Sniper.
Yes, and that just gives me a little bit of extra damage. Yeah. So I'll use my bonus action to spot it, and backing away would be would take an opportunity attack.
It would. You're gonna risk it?
Okay. Range attacks have disadvantage in close quarters?
Yeah.
Wait, no. It doesn't work like that in this game. It's because each weapon has their own.
It does with rifles, though.
Yeah.
Especially. Wait, actually, don't you have a thing that says you can't have disadvantage?
I can't have disadvantage on attacks. That's true. Because I have Predator mode. I'm not allowed to have disadvantage on attacks.
Yeah, because you've got this advanced targeting visor, essentially. In addition, that gives you your sight. Yeah, it's true. Normally I would have disadvantage on anything within 10 feet of me. If this is why that suit was designed for you. It mitigates that risk, so you could just shoot whenever if you want, and you can still get sneak attack.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick my barrel in his face.
Taking a shot with the Muramasa.
I can get sneak attack because I'm not hitting it with this.
Oh, that's true. You don't have advantage. Yeah, right. You have no allies
on this turn. Yeah, because I had to use my bonus action to spot this round. So,
just a regular shot then.
It's a dance then. Shooting it with the Muramasa straight up. I am going to headshot it.
All right.
No disadvantage. Eee, 16.
16 does manage to hit it.
Fantastic. That's what I like to hear. With headshot, yes, my weapon is always suppressed. No sneak attack. It is spotted. 39. Oh, wow. Max damage on a couple of those dice. 39 points of piercing damage.
Whew. That's juicy with headshot on it.
It is juicy.
You still got a plus 10 with headshot?
Was that?
Still got a plus 10 even with headshot?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Wait, no, hold on. It's actually a plus 12.
Oh, never mind. That's even
Yeah,
worse.
rolled up.
You're normally a plus 17 on your attacks?
Hold on. No. I think that might be right.
Plus 5, plus 6, plus weapon,
plus
would be
3,
plus 14.
5, plus 2.
Oh, right, from sniper. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be a plus 11
That's
total.
correct. Yeah, because so it's...
So either way, it's more than that. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good. All right.
I only get the plus 1 from my proficiency.
All right.
It's not double. I can't do that on a weapon.
The shot resounds throughout this enclosed space, echoing loudly as the spatter of blood shoots out of its chest. And this kind of dark, very dark ichor spills out of it as it screams and reels.
Yeah. And it's still up.
It is.
Okay. Like I said, it's a dance. We're dancing. I'm not gonna move.
All right. Yeah, you're still. Back to the Alshape's turn. You see it just like it has eyes on you now and looks you directly in the face as you see that unnatural jaw length hanging as it kind of crawls up and lunges towards you to try and attack with some more claws. As it does, you see the wound in its chest start to seal. With its unnaturally fast regeneration.
Does not hit.
10 on the first. Is going to try again with the claws. Wow.
Same thing.
It is swinging wildly, but you are able to dodge out of the way with your
Doing backflips and
incredible acrobatic skill. It's been a while since you've been in the field, but you still got it.
oh yeah, I still work out. I still work out.
Back to your turn. It's going to stay on you. At this point, like it's leaped towards you and is now onto kind of the floor right next to you, and it's kind of on the prowl.
Give me one moment. Something happened with my character sheet. But yeah, like there is a like it does like a swipe, and in one of them he does like a full like corkscrew to get out of it. Shoves the barrel out and just like firing it while he's practically midair. He's gonna. I'm gonna make another shot with the. Bonus action. Go invisible this time. So. Middle
Mid corkscrew.
Disappear and then cannon fire.
Muzzle flash coming right out of thin air. I love it.
Headshot. While invisible, gives me advantage.
That is true.
Technically,
You don't,
give me advantage. We're like right there.
but you don't have
It has to-
disadvantage.
Yeah, but it has to make a contest to see if it spots me if I'm hidden, right?
No,
for
the,
me to get-
the invisibility condition just applies advantage to attacks. If
Okay,
I'm
that's
not
what I was
mistaken.
wondering. Okay, yeah, that's right. Because hidden, my regular rogue stuff, bonus action hide,
Will
is
give
where they have
you
to make my
advantage.
check.
Yeah, and it has to make a check, or be against its passive, which is what I usually do. But invisibility just gives you straight advantage.
Yep.
Unless the creature can see invisible creatures.
Yes, which I don't think this one can.
Doesn't seem to.
advantage with 11 on the modifier. 17. Thankfully, that I got advantage.
That hits.
Die, Katara clone.
This time you get your full sneak.
Full sneak. This is. You thought 39 was a lot of damage. All right, so with headshot, with sneak, with a spotted creature. 50 points of piercing damage.
Ooh-wee. All right, another splatter. You're aiming for the head, but the shot goes straight through its jugular, and you see another splatter of black ichor. And it kind of claws at its own throat. You have done a hefty amount of damage. Still standing, but it is severely wounded.
That's the thing I hate about Katara. She makes really tough BOWs. Gonna stay where I'm at and continue dancing with this thing.
All right, you're now invisible again. It comes back to its turn. You see as it kind of claws at its own throat, it still just seems to be on the aggressive, and it steals its resolve. As it removes its hands, you see that wound in the throat beginning to seal as it redoubles its efforts and just swings angrily out into the air.
I don't like that.
Another disadvantage roll is going to be, this other dice didn't go, but it's a 10. So that definitely doesn't hit you. It's going to swing again. Ooh, 21.
That just hits.
All right. So
That's with disadvantage?
That is with disadvantage because it was 23 and 21.
Oh, it was 17 and 15.
So with that, it manages to claw outwards and take hold of you and is now grappling you instead of dealing damage, and is holding you close.
I don't like that.
But it's got you in its claws, but that's all it can do now on this turn. So back around to your turn.
Give me one moment. I'm trying to find. I guess I didn't write down my nimble fighting style, but I'm pretty sure it's a.
Oh yeah, you can escape.
I have advantage to get out.
Yes, I believe so.
Let me just double check. Nimble. I think it's a bonus action for me to get out as well as advantage. Advantage on contested mobility acrobatics checks. Attempt to break a grapple as a bonus action.
There you go.
Yes. All right, I'm going to fall out of invisibility again as it's got me in its gross little slimy claws. And then we'll try to slip out of its grasp.
Okay. Well, it's worth noting this technically isn't contested. For monsters, it's against this, that can grapple instead of dealing damage. It's generally against a fixed DC.
Okay.
But you can still do it as a bonus action.
Yeah.
So make your acrobatics check.
So this isn't a grapple.
Yeah.
This is a grapple feature, not a grapple attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. And this still applies with my minimum of 21 to break out for any skill check, right?
Yeah, it's technically a check, so.
Your check.
In that case, yeah.
25. Yeah, 25 to break out of grapple.
In that case, yeah, if it's a minimum of 21, then you're good. Yeah, you're instantly able to break out of the grapple.
Yeah. It gets a hold of me and was like, ugh! And just slip right out. This predator suit the blackout suit is real slick and it's hard to get a grip on me. Staying where I'm at, gonna continue doing what I do, and I'm going to take another shot with my Muramasa. It forced me to use a bonus action, so no advantage.
Mm-hmm. This will be just a straight roll. Are you doing a headshot again?
Yes, headshot. 25 on hit.
That hits.
Yes, okay. That's good with headshot and no sneak attack. $29 points of piercing damage.
Alrighty. How do you want to do this?
All right. So fully, like it lunges, grabs me with it's just like dripping in this ichor, and like whatever attack that it's about to do next, I'm just like, I don't want to be here for that. Completely just like pull my knees up, stick my boots against its hips, and just shoot back as much as I can, and just as I break out of its grip, pulling away, just jump back, pull the trigger, put a bullet through its head, backflip out, and land.
And that one clean movement.
Waiting for it to get out. Waiting for it to get back up again.
That one clean movement, the round just goes straight into its forehead, exits the other side, sends this spatter of black liquid as it goes flying backwards. Its back bent in an arc as it crashes over the nearby objects in the area. And the creature seems to be unmoving.
That was gross. If that's not you splattered against the floor, Katara, I'm gonna kill you. I'm trying to see if there's anything I can do to burn this body.
You got anything you can use?
I don't have. I mean, I have I think I have some basic stuff for fire, but I don't have like an incendiary grenade or anything. Yeah, I'm just gonna walk up to it and just take my katana and just dismember it just in case.
All right, you carve it up with your katana while it's unmoving on the ground.
Yep. And then I'm gonna reload my rifle because that was my last shot.
And with that reload, you check yourself, pad your pockets. The hard drive's still there, still intact. Whatever was going on here, you need answers. Yeah.
At this point now, every time I finish a mission, I'm making sure I'm walking out with whatever hard drive or USB I'm leaving with. It's just become second nature.
Yeah.
I have to burn this place. Yeah.
I would say given time, you can eventually jury rig something.
Well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back out, shut everything down, as in make sure everything's locked. Nobody's going to be able to come in or out. I'm going to head back to Johannesburg and meet up with Storm, my Red Oracle contact. I'm going to have him put together a group of people and just have them torch the place. Strange, just freak accident in the warehouse.
Accident.
Electrical accident. These things happen. Whole place is going to go up, but yeah, completely erasing all traces of whatever was going on there, and of course, having them just collect and whatever it is that they can't scavenge from the actual warehouse, and then burn the place to the ground.
All right. So you send a cleanup crew led by Storm, your Red Oracle Solutions mercenary that you keep on staff. They make sure the place is torched, goes up in flames. Read about it in the Canadian news the next day, but no trace of what might have been happening there. They gather what scraps and evidences they can, but you reckon the most valuable thing is going to be on this hard drive.
Yeah.
I take it you give it a look as soon as you can.
Yeah, once whenever you get back to Johannesburg, I'm gonna hook that up and see if I can take a look at that. Any security footage. But yeah, with that building, we're gonna spin it such that we're gonna have fake actors playing employees talking about how that place has a historically bad safety record, and just one thing led to another. Chain of events, it's just unfortunate. Thankfully nobody lost their lives, but bad management.
Make sure the story is spun. You secure that hard drive and look on in shock at what you find on it, and you realize You need to show this to the others. Things are going down. And that's where we're going to end this prologue.
Chauncy's gonna hate this.
Scorpion will return in Resident Roleplay Prometheus.